I realized I was an entrepreneur about 12 years old. I was like 12 years old, and I started like recruiting kids in the neighborhood to cut people's grass. What's up, y'all? It's Jermaine Dupri, CEO of So Deaf Recordings and founder of Global14.com. My advice for kids that want to do their own thing, business, music, whatever it is that you have to really give yourself a goal and really set these benchmarks out here, because you know what I find, if you don't really have a goal, you'll just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. I put out my first group that didn't really do well in the music business, but they did well enough for me to have money that I didn't have to get that job. And I think that's, you know, that was a goal. Like, you know, I made $15,000. It wasn't $150,000. It wasn't $1 million, but it was $15,000. That was enough money to show my mother that I didn't have to get that job. People usually think too big, and you know, you start trying to grab for the stars right off the top. You should just set you a goal. Goals are just benchmarks that you know, just to keep you on pace, so you know that you're not going in the direction that you don't want to go in. If you sit down and you think about something, and you think about it hard enough, you can bring it to life. I wanted to be in control of my life, basically. And then I started selling mixtapes, making music, DJing and putting music on mixtapes and selling them to kids at school. And that's the beginning of So Deaf. I got all the, you're too young to produce music, kid rappers may not work, you're from the South, what do y'all know about rap music? I got all of that stuff in the beginning, and then you do it, and then they sell 8 million records, and they become like one of the biggest groups in history. And it becomes the fastest selling record single in the year 92. And then these two kids that you just, you know, that you just took from a neighborhood become like the biggest. They can't even go outside anymore. They go on tour with Michael Jackson. Like, when you see this, I mean, I guess that's like one of them moments where you like, wow, this is definitely what I want to do. But then I also had older friends that started working at McDonald's and other places, and that me seeing them work and me seeing myself not working was the bridge to let me know what I wanted to do. I started noticing from that point that I had 4 to 5 years to get my life together, or I was gonna have to do that. This was after I had went on tour and was dancing on the Fresh Fest and was around all the rappers and all of this. So I had already been bit by the music bug, but I hadn't been bit by the bug that, the seriousness of the bug yet. So, but that night was like a defining factor. It don't really feel like 20 years to me. It feels like a good 10 years probably, but 20, you know, I guess when you think of 20 years, it feels super long. Mine feels like it just happened, and we just happen to be at this number. It doesn't feel like I'm really in 20 years of So Deaf. I'm basically starting a new company. That's Global14.com, which is basically going through the same things that I just talked about before, as far as people telling me, you know, Jermaine, what do you know about tech? You think you're the black Mark Zuckerberg, you, all kind of just crazy stuff that, you know, people can tell you everything about it not working, but then nobody can get you prepared for what can possibly happen. And then, you know, I get a chance to hear that tech is right here in my backyard. And I'm like, where? And I start looking around, and I'm looking and I'm trying to find it, because it's not as loud as it is in the rest of these cities here in Atlanta. And with me being the mayor, it only made sense that I come here and be a part of this, and we all connect and everybody understand what everybody is doing. So that's my interest, and my interest level is high.